Hi everyone, this is Anisha here today with the Cat King family students at NMIMS Mumbai, and it feels so good to finally meet you in person. Sagnik, welcome on board.
Hello, ma'am.
Good to see you on this side. How does it feel?
It feels great, ma'am. It feels amazing to be on the other side after so much of uncertainty and hard tenacity, hard work, everything. It feels awesome to be on the other side.
Superb. That's really nice for all the students who are not yet aware of. So here we have Dr. Sagnik, who has completed his BDS and joined NMIMS Mumbai for the pharma program. What made you change your stream from BDS after struggling, getting those exams? It's not easy to crack, and then shift to an MBA.
Yes, ma'am. So, what I felt was after BDS, we are much more zoned towards the patient. We are much more zoned and confined towards the patient clinician interaction.
Yeah.
So, having a broader spectrum, broader understanding and comprehension of how the sector, how the industries operate, especially the pharma and the healthcare industries, was something which I felt was necessary. So that helped me. That helped me to make the decision towards switching to an MBA in pharmaceutical management, and also a slight inclination towards the marketing aspect of it. So there in BDS, what when we have to set up something of our own, the first thing is that to get the gathering, get the people. So marketing is something which helps me to teach a lot
Okay.
about them, and also the sales part. So these are the parameters which help me to think it's time to zoom out a little and see what the bigger picture lies as to.
Lovely. So you want to set up your own clinic someday, or what
Uh,
do you look at?
I look at setting up something of my own clinic. If it's feasible, great. I'll also do something. I'll also want to contribute in a different way, because not in the conventional way of setting up a clinic and getting
Okay.
into the feel of it, but from a different angle, from a different perspective as to how I can bring about the change. So that is one of the prime reasons as to why I switched to MBA in pharma.
Lovely. How has the last few months been on campus?
It's been amazing. While it has been packed with activities and everything, right from the assignments to the cultural programs to sports, everything, right, has been jam packed with activities. But it has also been pretty thrilling, and I've also been immense. I couldn't have been immense more grateful to be a part of this program.
Amazing. So you had a 224 score. And in pharma, the cutoffs are usually a little lesser. But how do you think what helped you crack the entire NMIMS process with 224? And how was the overall selection process like for you?
Okay, so I'll be honest with you, ma'am. I had the very first day in the pharma slot, so I vouched for only pharma straight away. I didn't go for the core thing.
Okay.
So when I got the first slot, we had the competency assessment test, and it went pretty well. So that helped me to regain the momentum. And the AIPI interview, which happened, the artificial intelligence, the chatbot interview we
Yeah.
had, there the questions which were asked, they were mainly from my SOPs, and what were the events, what were the challenges I faced, and how did I encounter them, and finally find my way out. So these were some of the questions linked with the current affairs and also the geopolitical aspect relating to the industry. So that is where it gave me the final push towards getting into the B school.
Awesome. That's nice. So you mentioned about, that you have an SOP, you have a competency test and AI based interviews. How did you go about with your preparation? What do you think actually helped you to clear each and every step of this?
First of all, a big thank you to Team Cat King for initiating and helping us out with the preparation. And what helped me a lot was the hygiene questions, the PI hygiene questions, which were immensely grateful. The GD group discussions, the topics which were there, the way the discussion had to progress, the way
Okay.
we had to find the way. Also, what I felt was this year the format was a bit different. So a competence test, the mocks, especially the competence assessment test mocks, which were there in the dashboard, they also helped me immensely to understand as to, because it was the first time, so it helped me to give a clear cut idea as to how exactly what exactly to expect and how would the paper fare out to be.
If you were to give a brief summary for all the students who are listening to us, like what is the competency assessment or what should they do to make sure that they are acing that?
Okay, so for everyone on the other side listening, the first thing you have to do for the competency assessment is get your basics on point. So once you have your basics on point, which I'm sure most of you might have had during your CAT and the other management entrance exams, so that helps you to ace the exam in a much more holistic and a pragmatic way, and get just a little bit of the managerial ability, like the surface level. So that surface level thinking and thought process is something which NM tests you, and just to feel the pinch of it as to whether you're very much familiar with what you want to do or not. these two aspects if you cover, I think that'll be more than enough to help you as the competence test.
Awesome, lovely. And how about the statement of purpose? Like, what all did you cover in that? And what do you think is most important in the SOP? Because your AI interview was also based on that.
Yeah, so the SOP was mainly the AI interview, and the SOP was one of the main things were the keywords. So the keywords was something which we had to pay extra attention to. And the SOP, if I'm being honest here, is that it's not about how you. It's not about only writing the SOP. It's
Yeah.
about what you want to include in the SOP, right from your right from the strengths and weaknesses, or to from where you belong to, and how have you emerged, and what were the encounters you faced, also how what were the events you participated in, and how did you contribute in meaningful ways, and in ways which were different from the conventional mode of thinking. So that is where the SOP really helped, and the SOP, that is where it catches, that is where the thing gets caught up, and the questions emerge from there, and the correlations emerge from the SOP. So that is where it helped.
Lovely. And like you mentioned, you were a part of the Cat King. So, like you said, the dashboard and the interviews. How about the mock interviews? Were they helpful? Who
They
took
were
your mock interviews?
Yeah, they were immensely helpful. Mock GDs and mock PI sessions, everything was helpful. The regularized classes with not only you, Sumit sir, and the former NMIMS, the alumni for that matter. So everything contributed in a meaningful way. That is the most important part. And the way it contributed, it made life easier for somebody who was working full time during the tenure
Yeah.
of 1 year, when we couldn't take much holidays also. So these videos, mocks, and everything out there, they were the perfect catalyst. So because I had less time to preparation, so Cat King made it a much more easy, much more user friendly, and also the bite-sized way of perceiving and approaching things to the point was intensely helpful.
Lovely. That's so great to hear and so good to see you in person. We've only interacted in classroom sessions and over WhatsApp groups,
Yes,
and
ma'am.
finally here. So, congratulations
Thank you,
and
ma'am.
all the best for the next
Thank
2 years, and make the most of your life at NMIMS. And do you recommend these students who are listening to us to come here?
Absolutely. Please, you're always welcome to such a beautiful campus with such brilliant faculties, with rich loads of experience, and willing to help you out when you need it. So that is one thing which will help you to propel you to come to NMIMS Mumbai.
Lovely. That's really awesome. So thank you so much, guys, for listening to us. And if there are any other students like Sagnik who want to change their stream from MBBS, BDS, or pharma background and want to get into management, any doubts, any second thoughts, if you have, drop in the comment section. We'll request Sagnik to also help you guys and mentor you all to make your final decisions as well. So all the best. Take care. And thank you for listening to all of us.